Well, blissful morning, blissful morning. Hi, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. So this is natural for those of you that have been here from the very beginning. Once again, I want to say give thanks. And for those of you, we've had quite a few new subscribers. Thank you. So I guess our New Year goal will be to get 200 subscribers. We're almost there. I remember when it was 73 and I was all excited. Y'all laughed at me. But anyway, welcome. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, um, my channel, I want to say our channel because there was I'll get into that later about this South African proverb called Ubuntu. I want to say remind me. No, maybe I better say it now. Okay, Ubuntu, and this will tell you pretty much what the gist of the video will be about today. Ubuntu is a South African proverb that means I am nothing without you. I am because you are. And when I lived in South Africa, it was everywhere. It was in every school, it was in every restaurant. It was on every billboard next to Nelson Mandela. Just Ubuntu. I am nothing without you. I am because you are. Remember that one, people, if you don't remember anything else. So today's video, I said I was going to give it to you because I've been asked over and over. People get kind of excited when I tell them about my life. And I want to share with you each country I've lived in and what it did for me. I'm talking spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. So what it did for me. And I'm going to do it in the order it happened. So, and I jotted a few notes down. So if you see me looking to the side, because I don't want to get it confused, my first country. Now, first, before I go here, I want to say, because our channel is about upliftment. For anyone who's ever had a thought about leaving United Snakes America, um, for anyone who's ever had a thought of starting your own business, entrepreneurship, which is in our DNA, which we should all be embracing. And I learned that on a deeper level when I lived in the two different parts of Africa, and we'll talk briefly about it. Um, so Antigua and Barbuda was the first journey. I had traveled. I had been to Jamaica 4 times by myself. I really thought Jamaica would be my home. I'm gonna be honest with you. I loved everything about Jamaica. I loved the music, the food, and I still do. And I really thought, but then Jamaica wasn't it for me. Jamaica reminded me of New York. I love New York, but I don't want to live there. That type of thing, you know. So, but big love, big ups to Jamaica. So my first journey. Oh, that Wisconsin music in the background sounds lovely. My first journey was Antigua and Barbuda. Beautiful little island. 108 square miles, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. 108 square miles of pure beauty. 365 beaches. I know I must have visited 65 of them because I always like to go to a different beach. And it was like, wow, natural, you really love the water. Everywhere I live, they say, the locals, they would say, you love the water more than we do. And we're born here. I do. Water has to be a part of my life. That's the deal breaker for me, the water. So, Antigua and Barbuda was everything to me. First of all, I had nothing to compare it to. It was my first journey. But I'm telling you, compared to or no compared to, it got deep down in my soul. It's still deep down in my soul. The journey brought tears to my eyes after it had to end. I ended up being a grade 6 school teacher. Didn't see it coming. Don't know how it happened. I just showed up. It's something about showing up, people. Show up for your life and watch what happens. So I went and I lived there for 3 years, from 2006 to 2009. And was a school teacher, grade 6, primary, secondary school teacher. I prepared for the common entrance exam, and they were still three of the best years of my life. My students were very important to me then, and they're very important to me now. Uh, Antigua was my Africa. I can say that now because after going to Africa, I kept trying to figure out how I was so prepared. Prepared because in South Africa, I lived with no electricity and no running water. But Antigua, we had plenty of electricity and running water, but they had prepared me how to live. And boy, I'm telling you, I'll never forget them because of that. Other things I loved about Antigua, far as on what it did for me spiritually, it allowed me to open my eyes and my mind to entrepreneurship. And it wasn't just Antigua, it was the people in Antigua. It was the people I put myself around. I had a wonderful group of people like I do in every country I go to. A wonderful group of people. If I ever go back, I'm sure I'll be welcome straight like that. So I did go back to Antigua, but that's another video. 13 years later, I just went back last year. I got married in Antigua. That didn't turn out so nice, but we're friends today. We didn't speak for 13 years, but we're just friends again. So I learned how to befriend people that I break up with because I don't know how to do that. I just cut you off and go about my business. So I won't say I don't know how to do that because I have a few friends that we used to be together. We're not together anymore. Excuse me for a minute. Cheers. Lemongrass and squeezed lime. Try it. Antigua and Barbuda changed my entire life. Literally. The experiences I had, the children I interacted with, their parents, the African drum dance group that I created. And they chose the second spiritual principle of Kwanzaa, Kuji Chagulia dancers. It was beautiful. Just amazing. They loved me. I loved them. And then 3 years later, and I had to leave. But I'm telling you, it was my Africa. They taught me how to collect rainwater, government water. They taught me how to use a cutlass properly. So when I got to Africa and we had to do all those things, they were like, how do you know how to do that? Antigua. Oh gosh, I didn't really properly learn how to turn fungi. I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I know I can do it if I want to. Fungi is their national dish. Fungi and fish. And Aunt Cora used to do it for us gracefully. But it's a meal that you want to learn how to do. Okay, so if you ever get a chance, Antigua, fungi, and fish, the best meal you're ever going to taste. And the people are awesome, and they're still in my life. They're my Facebook friends. They traveled to Africa with me. They said, you're still the best teacher in the world. I love them. Some call me mom, some call me teacher. So I wore a lot of hats in Antigua, like everywhere. But Antigua's a big part of my life. They are my family. I don't call them something else or someone else. They are everything to me. And another thing, the Rasta community in Antigua was tight. It was tight. I'm talking African Liberation Day, drums everywhere, things my soul yearns for, and I really miss that Antigua. Okay, so that's Antigua. When it was time to leave, I went back to America for a little bit, laid on my bed, cried every day because I really, really missed my students. I missed my students. I missed my life. I missed the house that I built in Antigua. I missed everything. So Antigua was my Africa. Remember that. Okay, so the next one was United States Virgin Islands. Even though that's U.S. territory, what was happening with me, I was trying to not go so far because my family was like, well, you just came back after 3 years of living in Antigua. Where are you going now? I knew I had to go somewhere because I just didn't feel my spirit in America anymore. So I said, well, wait a minute. We have a paradise. Let me try Virgin Islands. So tried Virgin Islands. It was short, less than a year. It was too much Americanism, if you understand what I'm saying, in the air. Even the palm trees, like they planted them in the ground. Everybody there was either American accent or from Antigua, where I just came from. I met very few locals, and I met them when I went up in the bush, the country. But it was okay. It was nice. The water was beautiful in Virgin Islands. They knew where to find me all the time. And I will always remember Virgin Islands because I got some special friends who have come to visit me. They took such good care of me. Oh gosh, they became my family, and that's the bottom line. Well, everywhere I went became my family, but these moments were just special, special. But one thing about Virgin Islands, if I had the business that I have now, I'm clear about that, I would have stayed. So we'll get more on that later in another video if you like. After that was South Africa. South Africa, you will hear me talk about all the time. My Facebook page is my South African name. They named me Nokukanya, which means light. I just told you I lived in a village with no electricity and no running water. If I was the light, then I am honored. They are everything to me. I really wish I could find my first initial family in the village of Mbunzini. Yes, the Kumalus. If I could find Nosy Po and Unati and Kwakanya and Sam Kate, all of them, I know if I went back to South Africa, I wouldn't know where to find them. But if I could find them, like on Facebook, some kind of one of these platforms, I would break down and cry because we lost contact. They're everything to me. The naming ceremony of Nokukanya was real for me. Today, I know how important names are. And the fact that they were stolen from us. If I was you, I would be looking to take back my name. Find one. And the Maskandi music, it was my first time planting my feet on the soil. I'm trying to get all this in so I can get all the countries in and not be a long, long, long video. But the Maskandi traditional music, if you ever, Maskandi, Maskandi, pull up some Maskandi traditional South African videos. Pull that up. Maskandi. Tell them natural sent you. Ooh, and that traditional dance, Gita. Pop, pop, pop. Yes, I remember. And next after South Africa, remember Antigua prepared me for South Africa. South Africa, and I didn't even see it coming. I didn't know it. So one day I'm going back to South Africa. You need to know that. And plus I'm a go-go. Go-go is a grandmother. I am a go-go. Yes, my village daughter Tondo had my grandson who was Uminati. Wow. I'm a go-go. I'm honored. I'm honored. So after South Africa was Grenada, right here where I am now. I've lived here twice. I lived here for a year, and then I left and came back and became a citizen. So I'm honored to be a dual citizen of Grenada. I got here through Grenada being the safest island of all the islands. I knew I was traveling, and I knew I was traveling alone. I knew I could no longer fit into America mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. Grenada really allowed me to put into play what every other country had given me. And I'm talking that thing that's in our DNA, that thing that allows me to move the way I move because the ancestor says so. I'm talking entrepreneurship, working for myself 100% full, because I was going to always hold on to something. School teacher, substance abuse counselor, mental health therapist, and Grenada said no, pretty much. I went to the interview to be a teacher because I was just coming from South Africa. And the interview went well, and I understood the reasoning behind no, but I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And my ancestor says so kindly and gently, you're going to use every skill and talent inside of you that you've been flourishing all these years anyway. Look, people trying to call me every time I'm recording. So I am using them, and I am in the process of opening a wonderful business. Don't worry, because I'm going to do a Facebook Live. No, I'm going to do a YouTube Live, somebody live, because I really, really need y'all to be there and be a part of it. So you will be in Grenada as if you're here when that happens. I'm talking ribbon cutting ceremony. I'm talking drumming so the ancestors can rise up and bless that business. So thank you, Antigua and Virgin Islands and South Africa, because, and Grenada, I've been here. Grenada has allowed me to share my South African experience. I had what you call an evening of Africa. Have been wanting to have it for the 5 years I've been here. Grenada brought it to light. I thought it was just going to be about me sharing my African experiences. Grenadans came out and showed up and showed out. I can still cry if I talk too long about it. Maybe I'll post a few of the videos next time. And so after Grenada the first time I left, then I went to Rwanda. I went to East Africa. And once again, all East Africa did. You know what? All my life, I would hold meditations in space and pray and ask the ancestors and the creator, can I or will I ever make it to Africa? So they gave me South Africa, and I thought that was it. I never thought in a million years I'd get 2 shots. And then I would go to East Africa, Rwanda. Blew my mind. My mind was so blown. By the time I woke up from the blown mind, it was time to go. So I did a little less than a year in Rwanda. And once again, the traditional music, the traditional dance. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Y'all got the YouTube Rwanda. They say Rwanda. We say Rwanda. Rwanda, Rwanda traditional dance. And the music. Oh, they really showed me to beautiful times. I got the experience. I had a real live Rwandan experience. And I'll never forget that. And they named me Mutesi. So that is where Mutesi comes from. And I'm talking another naming ceremony. And they were speaking in their Kinyarwanda language. And I hadn't had a tutor yet. I didn't know what they were saying. All I know is my name is Mutesi. And it means one who is loved by many. Yes. So after Rwanda, I left. And let me see, South Africa, the main reason I left. Let me go back there because if I ever made it to Africa, I used to tell myself I wasn't coming back. People in my life couldn't believe I came back, but it was the water. I told you the water was the deal breaker. That water hit me in my head. Bye-bye. Imagine being in South Africa 2 years and only getting in the water twice. That broke my heart. But I know I couldn't live there. The water's the deal breaker. Then when I get to Rwanda, they kept telling us the water has all these different diseases in it. Belzara, Hara, Wahara, Safara, wasn't good for the skin. I said, look, come on, y'all. The water's supposed to be a pleasant experience. You're supposed to be able to go into it and have a good time. Deal breaker again. So I start Googling the safest island of all the islands because one thing for me, all my life, my choices were always Africa or the Caribbean. My mother knew it. She used to say, if I ever get some money, I'm going to send you one of them damn countries. But guess what? I love you, Mom. Hell up to the late great ancestors. She didn't have to send me cheers. So, came back to Grenada, became a citizen, and it's 5 years later. So that's the gist of the beauty. If y'all have any questions or comments, anything you want me to further, expound on, please put it down in the comment box. And please like, subscribe, and share. All 3 of them if you can. Let's get them 200 subscribers. I love y'all. Have a blissful day. Love and respect.